All right, today we're diving into an incredible story. It's about resilience, it's about faith, and it's about how something truly beautiful can come from our absolute deepest pain. This is the journey of Kim Cole-Bartley, a woman who literally found a way to turn ashes into beauty.
So let's start right at the heart of it. This moment of absolute crisis. You've got a mother, her faith just unshakable, pleading with God for a miracle against all odds. This right here is the moment that defines her entire story. But it leaves you wondering, right? How did she even get to this point? What on earth could prepare someone for this?
A test of faith. Look, I think anyone with any kind of belief system gets to a point where what they believe in just smacks right into the cold, hard wall of reality. For Kim, this was it. This was that moment. But to really get a handle on the strength she showed in that moment, we've got to go back. We have to look at the life that forged her for it. So let's talk about the wounds of the past. Kim's resilience, it wasn't something that just magically appeared. Nope, it was forged piece by painful piece through a childhood that was just really tough, marked by a lot of instability and hardship. And when you look at this timeline, man, it's just a relentless series of challenges. First, her parents separate. Then her mom has to migrate for work, and Kim gets left behind with a friend. Then she endures just horrific verbal and sexual abuse. And on top of all that, she becomes pregnant at 21 while she's still in college. Seriously, any one of these things would be a massive struggle for anyone, but she had to navigate all of them. And listen to this. This quote really shows you the kind of environment she was in. These weren't just bad circumstances. People were literally speaking prophecies of failure over her life. Can you imagine being told flat out that you are destined to fail? That was the story she was supposed to live, the one she had to fight against every single day. But instead of becoming the statistic everyone expected her to be, something pretty amazing happened. The birth of her son, Darion, didn't break her. Not at all. It gave her this incredibly profound reason to fight. He became her anchor. And from that moment on, her mantra was crystal clear. Failure is not an option. Not for her, and especially not for him. Okay, so now we get to this calling from a crisis. Because with this whole history of struggle and, survival, Kim started to feel this deep pull to help other women. But she ran into this huge internal roadblock. How could she possibly help someone else heal when she felt like she was still carrying all of her own wounds? And this was the idea that just completely paralyzed her. You've probably heard it before, right? You can't pour from an empty vessel. And she really took that to heart. She thought it meant she had to be perfect, totally whole, completely healed before she could offer anything of value to anyone. And what she was feeling, it has a name. It's a classic case of imposter syndrome. It's that nagging little voice in your head that's always telling you you're not good enough, that you don't really belong here, and that any minute now everyone's going to find out you're a total fraud. For Kim, this was a massive wall standing between her and her purpose. But then, this simple but incredibly powerful analogy just shattered all that self-doubt. She describes it as a message from God. Imagine this. A guest comes to your house and asks for milk, but you don't have any. Do you just turn them away? No, of course not. You offer them the orange juice or the water or whatever it is you do have. And that was the whole point. You don't have to be full in every single area of your life. You just pour from the areas where you are full. And bam, with that one thought, everything changed. In May of 2020, she launched Beautiful Ashes. And this wasn't some community led by a perfect guru who had it all figured out. No, it was a space for women to grow together, to inspire each other, even while they were still on their own journey of being inspired. It's a beautiful concept, really. Okay, from ashes to beauty. So this new understanding she had, well, it was about to face the ultimate test. We're going back now to that moment of crisis we started with, the stillbirth of her son. But this time, we're going to see it not just as a tragedy, but as the very thing that would reveal her life's greatest purpose. So the date was October 9th, 2022. They had detected no heartbeat. For over 24 hours straight, Kim prayed. She believed with every single fiber of her being that a miracle was coming for her son, Seth. And as they wheeled her into the operating room for the C-section, her mission was absolute. She was not giving up. Her plan,
Her intention was to have them lay her son on her chest, and she was going to pray him back to life. Right there, on the operating table. But the miracle she got wasn't the one she'd been praying for. It was something else, something completely different. As they placed Seth on her chest, before she could even start her prayer, her whole world just shifted. She says that in the haze of that operating room, an angel appeared and delivered this message to her. It wasn't about a life that was lost. It was about a sacred duty that had been completed. The message was, you know that you were a vehicle that was used to transport an angel. In that moment, she wasn't just a grieving mother. She was a vessel, chosen for this incredible divine task. And just like that, in an instant, everything changed. The desperate prayers for her son's life, they turned into powerful words of worship. Can you even imagine? Still on the operating table, surrounded by what should have been the most unbearable grief, Kim started praising God, thanking him for choosing her for this journey. Wow! And that profound experience, it didn't just end in the operating room, not by a long shot. It became the seed for her next mission, a movement born directly out of her pain, designed to completely redefine what it means to be whole. And get this, just 2 months. 2 months after losing Seth, she launched the Complete Woman Conference. I mean, think about that. This wasn't some slow, gradual recovery. This was an urgent, purpose-fueled response to the revelation she'd just received. So what is the complete woman? Well, the whole philosophy behind it is a direct challenge to this idea that we're somehow incomplete. It says that being a complete woman isn't about having the perfect job or the perfect family or the perfect body. No, it's about recognizing that you are already whole. That all of it, the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the broken, are all just parts of your perfect, complete story. So, after hearing this incredible journey, what can we take away from it all? Well, first, your pain doesn't make you incomplete. It actually makes you you. Second, gratitude can literally pull you out of the deepest despair. Third, and this is huge, our deepest wounds can actually be the source of our greatest purpose. And finally, that God or the universe or whatever you believe in can create real beauty from ashes. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. Kim Cole-Bartley found her purpose in her deepest, most unimaginable loss. It just makes you wonder, when you look at your own story, your own struggles, your own pain, what beauty is waiting to grow from your ashes?